Well, GM. G to the M. Great morning, my friends. DJs, Diamond Ham fam, Forge and Fuel crew, super soldiers, one percenters, pivoters, pioneers, pursuers, builders, brothers and sisters, hermanos y hermanas, mamas y papas, anyone I may have left out and anyone in between. Welcome back. And welcome into the best way to start your day. It's time to get fired up at Forge and Fuel, baby. I am your humbled, honored, and clearly always hyped host, Colton Capp Tyler, and I can't thank you enough for choosing to stop by, hang out with me and my guys, and dive down some motivational and inspirational rabbit holes unlike any other. Now, my friends, we got one hell of a show on tap for you on this beautiful Thursday morning. If you haven't checked your calendar yet, it is December the 5th, 2024, and I hope you're ready to wake up like never before, because we got more motivation, more inspiration, and more good vibrations coming your way than you're going to know what to do with over the course of the next hour to hour and a half, baby. But before we get into this special episode, if you will, things are going to look a little different than usual for you OGs, you regulars of the program. But we'll talk about that here in a moment, after I ask a few things of you. Maybe you could take a quick second, too, and find it in that big old heart of yours to do so, take just a quick second to smash that subscribe button on whatever platform you're currently ingesting the Forge and Fuel podcast on. If you are watching on YouTube, you might as well hit that notification bell down there as well, so you never miss the start of a live show or any additional content dropping here on the channel. And if you're getting some value out of this show, if you're enjoying this show, you might as well hit that like button down there to help the algo go on the old YouTube. Or if you're watching over there on Rumble, if that's your platform of choice, maybe you could hit a subscribe over there. Maybe a notification bell, maybe even a like button one time for the one time. Or maybe you're watching us on X, where the majority of our viewers reside. Well, maybe you could hit a like, maybe a repost, hell, even a quote post. Let the people know on the X timeline why you're tuned in live in prime time to Forge and Fuel this morning. And last but certainly not least, all you audio listeners of the program, if you're currently listening to this show on Apple, Spotify, or maybe even Amazon Music, maybe you could hit that follow button, or leave us a 5-star rating, or just honestly hit whatever button you see right now on your screen, as it only helps us continue to grow and flow on all those platforms as well. As for all of you beautiful human beings tuned in live in prime time and have already hit the hell out of all those buttons, we can't thank you enough for helping us get going and flowing in the algorithms this morning. But maybe you're still watching the show. Maybe you're sitting right here or even watching the recording. Who's to say, who's to know? And you might be saying to yourself, why should I do that? Why should I hit that subscribe button? Why do I need to like something? I just tuned in to watch a show. I don't want to be smashing a bunch of buttons and having to do extra work.
Don't be rude.
Well, first of all, as 45 and 47 said, don't be rude. Don't be rude. And you know, maybe the show makes you laugh. Maybe the show makes you cry. Maybe the show makes you think. Maybe it just makes you go, I never thought of it that way before. And if it does, well, don't be a hoe. Share the show. Be a friend. Tell a friend. Let somebody know. And we will proceed with this morning's flow. My friends, quick sip of water for you boys. I got a little cotton mouth here. Pre-show vitamins. Whoo! Oh. Now that's some high-quality H2O. My friends, we got a show today. Of course, we're live in prime time, baby, but not a show like every other day. No, we will not be going through a sharpening session. There will be no reaction refinery, no answers from the, well, no real answers from the anvil, but maybe we do end up getting in the live chat. Who's to say, who's to know what might happen? But today, my friends, for the first time on Forge and Fuel, we have a special guest. We have a young man who has a plan to help people turn their lives around, and he's a big brain humming bee. He's our type of guy. He does all types of shit. I'm telling you what, this is a place where he needed to reside. But my friends, I'm not going to tell you quite about him just yet, because before we get into any flow, before we start any show, you know what we got to do. And our special guest is already back in the green room, and he's probably looking at this guy who's been bringing the energy already, thinking, what did I sign up for this morning? Well, hey, we ain't even got there yet. You just wait, because we start a very specific way. A great man once said, in order to have a full day, you got to laugh, you got to cry, and you got to think. And the first thing on that list is being a laugh, a little chuckle, a little funny, ha-ha, regular old knee slapper, if you will. And this morning, I got a pretty good one for us. I didn't load it up, so I'll load it up, D's. Don't you worry here. I totally forgot. I was just too excited about our guest and everything going on. I forgot about our morning laugh. So, you know, sometimes people, they want information. And they want groundbreaking information. And they want it all dictated out and this and that and the third. And oh my gosh, I need all this plan and that. And especially with diets. And we might be talking about a diet or two today. Who's to say, who's to know? But what I do know is simplicity is powerful. And there's a young man joining us this morning that is here to let us know that if you just simply have no sugar, you will have no problem.
Do you treat a patient who has blood sugar levels high?
I will just tell him not to eat sugar. If he is not having sugar, then where is the problem? Same thing with marriage. If you don't get married, where there is marriage problem? That is why my father used to tell always, no woman, no cry. So no sugar problem.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Misogyny. I'm sorry, ladies. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That was too good not to share. No sugar? Hey, my father always used to say that. No woman, no cry. Hit me with that one more time, Deez. That was great. That
Would
was
you
just...
treat a patient who has blood sugar levels high?
I will just tell him not to eat sugar.
not to eat sugar.
If he is not having sugar, then where is the problem? Same thing with marriage. If you don't get married, where there is marriage problem? That is why my father used to tell always, no woman, no cry. So no sugar problem.
Ooh. 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 Hey, talk about some good advice, you know? I mean, nothing like some short and sweet, straight to the point. You know, I mean, you could do this, you could start this diet, or you could just have no sugar and have no sugar problem. Who's to say? Who's to know? Maybe the man joining us now might have some perspective on that. Maybe he might have some perspective in some other areas. Who's to say, who's to know where this convo may go this morning? But I promise you, my friends, it is going to be packed with knowledge, insights, and information from a man who is the founder and owner of Instashred, your 90-day fitness fat burning program. He's also the creator of the reverse reset method. He is a personal trainer, an ascending author, a content creator, a vlogger, a YouTuber, a power lifter, a bodybuilder, a nutritional nut, a diet director. He's a food fanatic, a Corvette cruiser, a decal dude from out there west from me. He's also a pretty strong, beefy fella. He's a pretty strong fella, but if you wave some candy apples in front of his face, I heard he turns into a little bit of a candy ass. I don't know. I'm spreading the message. Don't shoot the messenger, okay? I heard a thing or two. He's a pickleball purveyor, a Disney dynamo, was even married at Disney on the television, and he's helping people change their lives every single day. Joining me for episode 624, our special guest, Mr. Tyler Kelly. Welcome, Tyler!
What an introduction. You're a character, Colton.
Hey,
good to connect, man.
Hey, I haven't been called before. A character. I like that right there, man. That's
yeah.
I bring the energy. I like to just get hyped up. I like to help people start their day. And I know you like to help people change their lives, man. And you do some pretty awesome stuff. I've been going through your Instagram. Deezy's been telling me all about you. Derek, shout out Mr. Producer. For those of you guys that don't know, he's in the background. He's been making some sounds all morning long. Shout out Deezy. But man, how you doing this morning? You ready to rock and roll? Look bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, man.
I'm great. I love it. I wish the sun was up a little more so I could have the natural light projecting on my face, but it's still a little early in the wintertime here, you know?
Dude, you're telling me. Look at my window. Hey, we got a little blue skies this morning, Tyler. For the first time in a couple of days, I've been seeing nothing but dark clouds and nonsense. So anytime I can get a little blue skies, I'm happy.
I see that, yeah. It's been gloomy out lately, but it's not gloomy up in here.
Hey,
no,
damn straight.
Sir.
You better believe it. You better believe it. Woo-hoo!
My favorite part of that whole intro is you told your audience, don't be a hoe. I love that part.
Don't be a hoe. Share the show. I mean, you know, Tyler, one thing you're going to find out about me in this program is we're just real raw and open, my friend. And if you got something that comes to your mind and you feel like it's just going to in somebody's chest and they're going to say, oh, I don't like that guy. That he was talking right to me. That was some bullshit. He said that. Oh, also bullshit, all that. That's all good. That's on the table too. Hey, how dare you cuss on this program? And you know, if they got a problem, you can just tell them that's them problem, not us problem. And they can just go find themselves the mirror and they can, you know, solidify themselves in that fact. So everything is on the table here, my man. We keep it real. We keep it raw. We keep it open. And I just appreciate you taking the time, brother. I know you're a busy man. I know you got tons of clients and all sorts of shit you got going on. So let's get right into it, dude. I want to know just a little bit more about you. I don't want to go too deep into the backstory and DeKalb and all that stuff. But, you know, for those of you out there that don't know Tyler, what kind of got you started in fitness? What was that moment? Maybe not necessarily personal training and all that stuff, but what snapped inside of you and made you one day just want to pick up some weights, and then you turned into an iron addict?
In high school, I had zero drive. Like, I was a weenie, 125 pounds, couldn't commit to anything, quit football because I couldn't handle the 2-a-days the first week, picked up golf. But weightlifting was a magazine. Saw a weightlifting magazine, bodybuilding in high school. And I'm like, you know what? For the first time ever, I'm going to commit myself to something. And I saw through the whole process of a competitive bodybuilder the first time. And that was where I just, for the first time ever, said, I'm gonna do something for myself, with myself. And I saw it all the way through. It didn't do the greatest, didn't look the greatest, but hell, I did something that a small percentage of people are even willing to commit to in the first place. So that was the start of the weightlifting
100%
era of my life.
Hell yeah. That's awesome, dude. And I definitely got some thoughts. Me and DZ have been going back and forth about, your powerlifting background and your bodybuilding background. So we'll definitely get into that. But as far as taking it from just a simple, a hobby that, I want to just get committed, I want to stay dedicated, kind of started getting that mindset. What made you want to start doing it for other people and really become a personal trainer and create Instashred, if you want to talk about that a little bit too?
I mean, when you're a good person to your core, I think you always want to serve other people in some way. There's a lot of, and there's nothing wrong with being a normie, as I call it, with my friend group. But, there's a lot of self-fulfilling people out there that just want to make a living for themselves and take their own vacations and buy their dream home and me, which is understandable. I get it. But some people tick different, right? And so when I gained all this knowledge in the fitness industry and got my certifications, and I was learning so much about the body, I'm like, man, I'm not only feeling the differences, my vibrations elevating, my confidence is going through the roof. I walk into a room and I'm fucking happy with who I am. I knew that, man, this is something that not only I, but so many people can benefit from, regardless of what your interests are in life, what industry you're in, what kind of job you have, what kind of family you came from, your background. Everyone undeniably can feel better about themselves when they get a little more fit, when they've got a little more energy, a little less brain fog, you're a little more present in your conversations. And so much of what I was doing impacted that in every person's life. So I'm like, heck yeah, I want to hand this down.
Hell yeah. Why would I not want to make a little extra cash doing it too? Something I love. And you're passionate about it. And you said something really powerful right there, Tyler. I'm happy with who I am. I'm happy with who I am walking into a room. And I talk about that all the time, man. So many people just go through life and they can't even look themselves in the mirror for 5 minutes. And they don't realize it. They don't realize how uncomfortable with the version of them in the mirror that they see. And, if you would have met me, 6 months ago, DZ, I was walking around at 130. I had withered away from where I'd become. And now I'm grateful to say we're back at 165.
Hey, look at that.
We're back moving. We're back moving, Tyler.
I see that peak.
And I'm happy with what I see again, right? I'm happy with who I am. And, kind of a thought on that. Do you think it's, is it easier for people to, kind of just start picking up weights and maybe hopefully that changes their mindset? And if they just start lifting, it just kind of naturally occurs? Or is there you got to do more work in addition to just picking up the weights? What do you think about that?
Something's always better than nothing, right? Depends what kind of goal you got. If you want to be an elite bodybuilder, you got to do a lot more. If you want to lose 10 pounds, maybe not a ton. You might get lucky cutting a couple of foods out of your diet that you eat daily, getting rid of the honey bun in the morning.
Yup.
Wait until noon to eat. But no, it depends what you want to accomplish and what your goals are. Some people are doing it strictly for the weight in the beginning. I would say a good 70, 80% of people purely hit that I'm done point because of their weight. But some people are in it for the health. Say, I feel like shit throughout the day. I've got to change something. Every day at 2:00, I'm grabbing for that 300 milligram energy drink because I just can't function. But it's different for everyone. So there's always a level of commitment, but I'm a big fan of work smarter, not harder. Any area of life, especially as you get older, we amount more priorities in our life. And so why the heck would you want to do more than you need to in the gym, with your diet, meal prepping, than you want? You know, go spend that unnecessary time with your family, with your loved ones, with your friends. So the days of, in my opinion, the days of working out for 2 hours and meal prepping all day Sunday are in the past. You don't need to be doing that stuff. And I think a lot of people delay the process of becoming more healthy because they think they got to do all these things. It's like, get rid of the mindset that it's going to be a chore, and lock in and say, hey, how can I do this most efficiently, instead of making it a baggage on my life?
I knew this was going to be an amazing conversation. I mean, come on.
Wait, can I ask you a question?
Well, I suppose so. Why not?
Did I catch in your intro that I'm the first guest? There's no way.
Yeah, 100%, man. 150%.
I see episode 624. You guys have never had a guest on here.
Never had a guest. So it's kind of a crazy story, you know. So this show, this program was actually only a space on X. And we just weren't getting the viewership and the people and coming in and doing different things and where we wanted to go. So we ended up going live and taking it on to YouTube and Rumble and X and everything all at the same time. So it's been like a month and a half now that we've been back live and actually doing this. And then I've been in the game for a long time. I've had some different shows where I've interviewed guests, and this is just, I love connecting with people and just having different conversations than I typically do. And, you know, I asked Eric, I was like, man, because my usual co-host, usual Swirl One, he would be here and we'd be going back and forth. We'd have even crazier of a conversation, I'm sure.
Okay.
But he's in Miami right now, so didn't have the opportunity to have him on. We miss Swirl One for sure, but he's here every single day. We go back and forth. And I said, man, you know, I want to do something a little different. You know, it's just me for this week. I don't want to bore the people, keep saying the same things over and over. I say, hey, what about Tyler? You know, what? He said, oh, I think we could work something out. And so here we are now live in prime time. And I also just found something out while we're here talking, having a good time. And man, you're already saying things that I was going to ask in the direction. And this is just dots, lines. All right, pal, everything's good here this morning. I see we have one of our OGs here at the Diamond Hand Media Group, part of our network. She apparently has been a big fan of yours for a very long time, my friend. Mrs. Metal has been watching Tyler forever. She loves this. She's hyped up. Apparently she's been following you on Instagram, been following everything you do. So maybe she's an Insta shredder as well. Who's to say, who's to know? But shout out to Mrs. Metal. She always tunes into our show. She's an OG of our fam, our network, and her husband too. So shout out to the Metals, man. I saw that in there. You got fans in the chat already. How about that, man?
No, I appreciate you once again for having me on. I'm honored. And to be a first guest, I mean, come on. That's cool. So hopefully I can at least add a little value to your audience.
Woo! Pleasure's all mine, brother. No question about
What's
it.
What's that mug? That sucker's bright yellow. What is that?
Don't tread on me. You know the vibe. You know the vibe. 1776, baby. Come on. Yeah, you know how we ride on this side. Woo! All right, we're really into it now. Okay.
Yeah, but
I wrote down some thoughts, but I will get back to you just a little bit because we started getting some good thoughts there. And I
sure, let's skim through it. Enough about me.
We'll come back
to some good stuff here.
So you are in high school, you're not dedicated to shit, you're drinking soda pop, playing video games, jacking around, pretty much like me, exact same thing. Yeah. Loving life, whatever, 120 pounds soaking wet, whatever.
Oh, yeah, man. 12 cans of Mountain Dew a night and a box of Cheez-Its and some Halo.
You're talking my level. We're on the same page. So you say, all right, fuck it. I saw Weightlifting Magazine. I'm trying to get myself fit. I want to get a little bit better. Holy shit, I'm going to see this all the way through to a bodybuilding competition, maybe a little powerlifting action. And then all of a sudden you start to decide to doing it for other people, everyone around you. It's holy shit. Wow, I can change people's lives. And then all of a sudden you decide to start making content. So where did the itch to start making content come from? And where do you get your creative drive, man? Do you sit down and take time to write these skits out in the vlogs you do, or do you just throw your cameraman the camera, snap on the old doggone mic, and just let it go? How does it go for you, man?
Oh, man. Well, I'll tell one last quick story. about myself here. So it's bittersweet because there was an occurrence lately that was very unfortunate, but what really set me on the path of becoming an entrepreneur, doing my thing in the fitness industry, whatever you want to call it. Everyone's got that moment where it just clicks, you know? For me, it was sitting in the back office of my one and only job as a personal trainer. Saw an ad pop up 12 years ago, and it said, I help personal trainers take their business online. I'm just kind of scratching my chin, you know. I'm like, oh, interesting. So I look at the page, and I'm looking at his video sales letter and everything. Oh, I kind of like this. This is interesting. And so I go home and I tell my mom, living at home at the time, personal trainer, not making much money, doing my thing. I think I'm going to go to New York. It's this guy that hosts this live event, and he's helping trainers take their business online. You know, she has a little freak out. What? You never gone anywhere alone. You never traveled, this and that. I'm like, I don't know. It just kind of feels right. So I go. Most positive, uplifting atmosphere I've ever been in. All these other trainers from around the country, quite a few from around the world, actually. There's like 100 and something people in the room, and they all wanted to do what I wanted to do. And honestly, a lot of us didn't know what we wanted to do. We just wanted to do something new. I loved personal training, absolutely loved it. But I knew that I wasn't going to be able to do it for 5, 10 more years, and absolutely loved the shit out of it at a 10 out of 10. It was going to get a little old, you know? 45 minutes through the hour training sessions, I knew I was going to start glancing at the clock or thinking what I'm doing later or where I'm going to dinner with my girlfriend. So that set me on a path. I went home. I applied to work with the guy that hosted the event, and he let me in. And so I don't know what came over me, but I put my all into that. I said, I'm going to do every damn thing this guy asks me to do, and I'm going all in. And it was amazing. I doubled my income within a matter of a month. I said, okay, I'm gonna not take on any new clients. I'm gonna finish out who I'm working with, and I'm gonna move this online route, right? Started building the systems out, and I put together a 4-week challenge within a matter of weeks online. I'm taping the videos and doing the Facebook groups and doing the live trainings. It was so damn cool. I will never forget how I felt in that moment with that shift in my life. And so the bittersweet part is that person became a best friend of mine. He was in my wedding. Heaps and bounds of success in all areas of his life, but he unfortunately passed away about 3 weeks ago, unexpectedly. He had kidney failure and an enlarged heart, and there's not a lot of answers yet, but that was.
Sorry for your loss, brother. I
know. Appreciate it.
That's got to be a tough one right there. Whew, there's not enough words you can say for that by any means. I know for sure. Wow. T's and P's your way, brother. Definitely thinking about you there.
I appreciate it. So yeah, that was my shift into what I'm doing now. And you know, everyone deserves that. I really wish for everyone to find that thing. And I'm sure you've done that for people. And it's setups like this that just give people that spark, you know, even if it's just for the day, or for the week, or for the month, or it gives you an idea of where to expand on your life. YOLO, man, right? Give it a go.
Hell yeah. I say it every day, damn near every day. If I can say one thing that makes someone change a thought or move a muscle in a positive direction, then I did my job. And we've started saying this around here, maybe not even a positive direction, maybe just a neutral direction, right? And we ain't trademarked it. You use this with your clients. Think about this, right? If you can't be positive, you can't be Capp, you can't be up through the moon, let's fucking go, woo, you can't be Tyler smiling, give it all the good vibes and energy, then just don't be negative. Just be neutral. Don't talk bad about yourself. Don't talk bad about your life. Don't start judging others. Don't start dragging your knuckles. You know, we talk about, do you want to be a Tigger bouncing around everywhere? You're a Disney fan. The wonderful thing about Tigger's a wonderful thing. Their butts are made of rubber. Their tails are made of spring. Or do you want to be Eeyore? Do you want to literally be showing up into him? Thanks for noticing me. Hi, everyone. Oh, life is so hard. What do you want to be? And you can find that thing, man. And you're right. It's platforms like this. It's vlogs like stuff you do, how you go out into the city and do different things and show people how you can actually stay healthy and stay fit and keep living the life that you're living. You don't have to fit into some box that you don't even know. And you said it at the beginning of the show, there's just power in simplicity and power in just
Mhm.
cutting things out and not trying to reinvent your entire life. What, you know, that's an interesting spot to kind of go into something. I read about a little about the reverse reset method. What does that mean, man? Tell me a little more about that. Give me a little more there.
Can I input a fact before we segue into that?
Well, shit, yeah.
Okay. So I know every person watching the show right now and everyone in life, really, every day we have this thing called perception, right? And every day we wake up, we can choose to focus on the many good things in the world or the many bad. And regardless of where your life, how much money you're making, what job you have, what your relationship situation is, every day if you wake up and you just choose to the best of your ability to focus on the good, your day can't be nearly as bad as if you're focusing on all the bullshit. Because every day there is bullshit, is there not, Colton?
It's always bullshit.
It's all around us.
There's always going to be obstacles. There's always going to be challenges. And it comes down to your mindset and how you choose to view it. And I don't know about you, but, you know, I think the hardest thing to do is to control your brain. And I think that's where most people struggle, is just the nonstop Rolodex of thoughts of just going on in the brain. That's not even really us. It's just all these potential coulds, woulds, shoulds, maybes. And generally all that shit is just made up stuff that never even happens. Why do we do that as human beings? Why do we make shit up?
Human beings.
Hey, how about that? I mean, that's not trademarked either. We heard this quote. What was it? 2 days ago, DZ? The path is smooth. Why do you throw stones before you? What do you think about that?
Yeah. You know, our brain's a survival mechanism, right? But we've got to get a grip on it. I like to say you got to grab the bull by the horns. Don't let that thing take you for a ride. You get control.
Son of a bitch. So, okay, back the reverse reset method. I felt like it was going to tie in real well right there. What's going on with that thing, man?
Yeah. So this is a methodology that I adopted about 5 years ago when I was realizing, man, everyone has this thing called a metabolism. Huh? Right?
Oh, mine's fast as shit.
Oh my God.
We're on the same page, bro.
Hey, come on. I saw that flex earlier.
Hey, you know, we got a little something. We got a little something, but I'm still I'm skinny fit. You know the vibes, dude.
Oh man, you're your worst critic.
Who's to say? The back is looking a little wide. Easy told me I'm getting a little wider.
There you go. You got a little lat action going.
Yeah, you know, little wings. Red Bull doesn't give you wings. Lat pull downs do. Who's saying? No. Just out here.
Reverse reset method. Everyone has a metabolism. Everyone has the capability to maximize it to the best of their ability. Some people have naturally slow metabolisms, naturally fast metabolisms. Hey, yes, but everyone can at least set it up for maximal success, whether it's trying to put on some lean muscle mass. Maybe you just want to be able to eat more food on a daily basis and maintain where you're at, or if you want to set yourself up for fat loss success. The problem is that when most people want to lose weight, what do? They do what they've been told all their lives. They try to eat a little less and exercise more. It's going to work to a certain point, but you're going to plateau. The body's an adaptation machine. Alcohol is the perfect example. If you drink a beer a night, when you go out with your buddies on the weekend, you're going to need to drink a little more than most people to feel tipsy, right? Because your body's assessed a tolerance. But if you haven't drank in a month and you go out with your buddies, you're a one beer queer. You're gonna be feeling it. Yeah, kind of like that.
Is that what? This is what 3% ABV feels like? Whoa.
Little bobblehead action going on.
It's a little fuzzy, like a tennis ball on the end of the tongue.
Yes. So in a nutshell, the reverse reset method is, let's say on average, and most men and women are under eating, believe it or not. So you're just kind of screwed from the get-go, because when you want to lose weight, what are you going to eat? Even less? You're going to malnourish yourself, and now you're eating fewer vitamins and minerals, and your energy is down, and it's just a shit show of a situation. You're eating like a bird every day. That's not cool. That's not manly. And you're not losing weight. So the reverse reset method, let's say you're eating 2,000 calories on average on a daily basis. We'll just take a ballpark. When you slowly increase your calories over an amount of weeks into a couple months, you can build your metabolism up on average 500 to 1,000 calories without gaining a single pound. So if you built your calories up from 2,000 all the way up to 3,000 calories in, let's say, 2.5 months, you did it incrementally, you weren't calorie counting per se, but you were hitting a range. You were giving your body some consistency where it was willing to start working with you. Okay, now I'm eating 3,000 calories and I weigh the same as I was at 2,000 calories. Huh, interesting. Okay, cool. And so what's that mean? Now you have a new metabolic set point. That 3,000 calorie limit allows you to start creeping back down. And because that was your new set point, you will start to respond. You will begin to lose weight. So the beauty in that is, if your goal was to lose some weight, by the time you're back to that 2,000 calories that you were eating and satisfied with before we even started working together, oh, magically you're down 15, 20 pounds. And so it's a beautiful thing, and it allows for normalcy in your life, because a lot of people I see, you know, life is for the living, right? And a lot of people go on these diets and they're doing keto and paleo and they're cutting carbs and eliminating these food groups, which is great. If that's your desire, then go for it. Who's to tell you not to? But most people aren't doing it for the desire. They're doing it purely for the sake of losing weight. So they're torturing themselves.
Mm. And do you think that's why most people really don't see results? And there's just so many fad diets, is they're not truly doing it to create a long lasting change in their life. They just want to lose 20 pounds and, oh, look, I'm better now. My stomach doesn't hang over my belt.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so much of what I've done has become life coaching in a way, mindset coaching, because a lot of the times when you get on these calls with these people, these initial calls, and you start asking these deeper questions, they don't even know why they want to accomplish something. They just don't like what they see in the mirror, or they're tired of the way their husband's been looking at them the past few years. They don't catch his eye anymore, or they're not happy with themselves when they walk in a room, but they don't know how to get that feeling across. They just know, hey, I want to change something, but that's not enough. You got to go deeper. You got to find a true why, because to just instill change into your life as a grown ass adult, when we just want to keep doing the same shit on repeat, it's hard. It's hard. So one key is to make it as simple as possible. And two, you got to find a compelling why and really want that shit.
Yeah. The compelling why. My compelling why, to kind of go back to what we were talking about earlier, that moment, the leap of faith, like, you know what, whoa, okay, I got to change.
Yeah.
I was sitting literally at this exact same desk. I had on the TV, I was working an amazing job. I was making 6 figures a year. I was selling some SaaS software. I was over an entire Southern California territory. Like, I was killing the game. I was in sales. I got in sales right out of school, and I just continued to level up.
Nice.
But I just didn't feel fulfillment. The pay was great. Everything was awesome, but I was beating my head over a phone. I hated who I was working with. I didn't like anybody. I just, and I kept feeling like I was just stuck in the matrix. I was just stuck in, man, how am I ever really going to buy the things I want to buy and be who I want to be and go where I want to go if I'm listening to W-2 employees for advice? I need to go find advice from entrepreneurs. It's the same thing, right? If I wanted to get a 6-pack, would I ask a fat ass for advice? Huh? What, or would I go to Tyler, right? Or would I go find some 600-pound, the fat ass that's singing on couches right now, can't even get off a damn couch to sing a full song? I'm sure you've seen that going around the internet. Or would you ask him, or would you ask Tyler? It's the same thing with taking an entrepreneurial leap of faith. Do you want to keep asking your W-2 buddies, or do you want to find some entrepreneurial people? And I had the Pat McAfee show going on, and he said, I found out in my life that I wanted to chase fulfillment over a paycheck. And that's what snapped it for me in that moment. And I said, I want to find fulfillment. And my fulfillment is to go all the way back, is to just generate this change and to have these high level conversations and to shift people's mindset and to realize they can always grow and can always get better. And I recognize that's the exact same with you, man, because you even said it in there, like all of this bodybuilding and dieting and all this shit. We'll get into it even more, but it's all great, but it's shit if you don't have the mindset. None of it fucking works if you're not willing to apply it. Dedication beats motivation, and consistency beats dedication. Hey, that's a free quote for you to give all of your clients whenever next time they're focused. Oh man, I don't know what to do. This is bullshit, Tyler. And I guess that's a great segue. Hey, this is just building it. I love this right now, Tyler. This is awesome, man. I hope you.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think a great piece of insight, another one of my favorite quotes is, you said you're listening to your W-2 buddies and shit. I mean, opinions are like assholes. Everyone's got them. right? Everyone's heard that. But more importantly, one of my favorite quotes that I've stuck to, not fitness related, is by Jim Rohn. You're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And it took me a while to grasp that. And I think a lot of people like really have to sit with that thought, because we have family, we have the friends we've grown up with, we have our groups, but asking yourself the honest question, are these people propelling my life in the direction that I want it to go? And so what I dealt with is, I've been a people pleaser a lot of my life, and I didn't want to cut people out of my life. I started to realize like, oh man, so-and-so isn't really like, he's fun to be around. I really enjoy spending time with him, but I don't learn anything from him. And so I got a good insight from another one of my mentors, and he said, hey, you don't have to cut people out of your life. Just spend less time with them. There's nothing detrimental to just spending a little less time with someone and spending more time with the people that are leading you down that road you want to go. Oh, okay. I feel a little better about that, because I really thought like, man, I feel like I'm putting myself above people because I'm starting to eliminate people out of my life because they're not in a growth mindset and they're not wanting to do the things that I do. No, it's not about that. Just at any point in our life, you know, when we're 20 years old, when we're 30 years old, when we're 40 years old, most people have different friend groups anyways. So just start spending less time with those people that aren't serving you and get around the people that are lifting you up. Oh gosh, this sounds. I love it.
Hey, Tyler coming here dropping fucking bombs, boy. Come on, man.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, D's knows we talk about that. Your network is your net worth. This is the core of what we do. Diamond Hand Media Group. That is the fam, man. We have, and you can see them in the chat. That's the OGs right there, from the Jareds to the Mrs. Metal to the JKs and the Live Dogs. I mean, those are the people that push me forward. Those are the people that have changed my life. The Swirl One, the co-host of the show, he's my mentor. You know, you talked about some of your mentors. That's my guy. He was there for me when I wasn't there for myself. And he's got me to a place to where I've started to see that, yeah, those people are fun. Those people are great. That thing is fun. But maybe we need to do this in order to have ultimate fun later. And that's what I think a lot of people miss, man, is they just spend so much time chasing after the fun now, and then they look back, they get on their deathbed and they say, wow, I wish I would have worked out. Wow, I wish I would have traveled. Wow, I wish I would have started that business. And that's just something I can't. No regrets, Tyler. I cannot live with regrets, bro. And you know what's funny? I thought about this. You don't necessarily have to cut them out, right? I'm a big proponent of just cutting people the fuck out. Hey, we're a little opposite on there. You're a people pleaser.
There's a lot of ways to skin a cat.
Yeah, 100%. You're a people pleaser. I'm a fucking, hey, pound sand, kick rocks. I don't fucking need you anyway.
I love that.
It is what it is. Fuck them. Who can fuck them? Oh, cancel me. Oh, no. People have told me so many times, Capp, you cuss too much. I don't know if I like that. Well, then don't tune into the show. Well, they're still here at the show. They like the bluntness and they need somebody saying the truth.
Yes.
But you know what's interesting? Maybe, you don't have to cut them off. You just spend a little less time, but then naturally that relationship will start to fade as you both begin to see that you're not doing anything for each other's lives. And maybe somebody will get a little salty, but you will really begin to see like, okay, I don't need to go in that situation. And you realize every situation with that person just takes away from your life, man. And being surrounded with the right people. Whew, your network is your net worth, dude.
Hell yeah. Sheesh. I love it. Yeah, a lot of people just got to learn to take control, man. I mean, you got to have a level of discipline in your life. There's nothing wrong with having some fun, living in the now, but preparing for the future. You got to find that blend for you. I think the biggest thing is you got to take control. You got to decide, who am I going to spend time with? Who am I not going to spend time with? There's nothing wrong with having those friends that are purely fun. They don't learn anything from, but just don't forget to put them in a little box.
Damn straight. Don't let them maybe toxicify some of the other boxes. Keep them in that little box. Just
damn right.
Right there over the side. You know, one apple's bad for the whole bunch. Who's to know? There you go. But you just, you're saying things that I'm like, oh, I was going to ask that later. Now here we are. So let's take the proverbial show car, if you will, and rip it back around the bend. And you said something right there, Tyler. You said, you know, I felt like I was putting myself above people and like cutting people out and like, oh, I'm better than you, which you are. You are moving in ways they're not moving. You're doing things they're not doing. You can be confident in that, but everybody thinks it's cocky. But you started to feel that way. And I want some perspective from you. So I know you drive a supercar. You got your Corvette, right? Yeah, I know you're a big lover of that thing. Don't ask me how I feel about Corvettes. I don't have a supercar, so I can't talk all that sweet shit. But one day I'll really be talking some sweet shit to you. However, how did you feel when you got that supercar, man? When you got to that level of like, okay, you know what? I want to drive something badass. I got the money. I've taken care of the wives. I got the house. We got the normal car. Everything's cool. I want to take this step up. I want to take this level, especially with that perspective of, man, I feel like I'm putting people below me. Was it kind of like you almost didn't want to drive it? You almost didn't want anybody to see you in it. What was that feeling when you first got it and you finally got to that level?
Yeah, I don't want to downplay it or anything, but I mean, it was great. Absolutely great. I mean, your mind always plays games with you. Like, oh man, I don't want to take it here because they're going to think this. And you got to kind of realize, like, forget about it. If they're going to think that, they're not your people in the first place. Hence the conversation we just had. But no, I think for me, like this is my personal opinion. I appreciate that car so much because I know what I've had to do to earn it. I get to rest my head on the pillow at the end of every night knowing that, hey, I'm serving people in a really impactful way to accomplish things like this. People are seeing the value in me. People are trusting me. I'm showing up every day and realizing my worth. And that's amounted over the years. And we've been able to travel and do these wonderful things. And we've got a great home that my wife and I appreciate. And I realize, man, the assets, the tangible things are just a result of helping people, Tyler. You're not doing one of the online scams. You're not screwing people over. You're just doing what you love. You've stuck with it. It's been a hard freaking journey. There's a lot of resilience involved. And so, yeah, every time I get behind that car and I go somewhere from point A to B, it feels extra special because I'm like, man, not only am I in a badass machine right now, but I know what I've had to do to earn this, to deserve it. So there's never an ounce of regret when I get in that thing because I just know, like, man, this is part of what life's about. It's not all of life. You know, no one should stretch themselves too much or go out and take an unnecessary loan or anything to get tangible things because those aren't going to change your life, but it does just elevate it that little bit. And so, yeah, you bet your ass when I go to the gym every day, when I go to the pickleball facility and I get in the vet to go there. Yeah, I freaking love it.
Why the fuck not? I mean, why the fuck not? I love that answer, man. I've heard a lot of guys when they first get it, like, oh yeah, I don't want to take it here. I don't want this guy to think less of me. Fucking,
Sure.
You know what? Fuck that asshole.
Like
Hey, yeah, I don't want them to. Nah, fuck them. Pull up hot, pull up loud.
Yeah, it's like the new shoes,
whop,
you
whop,
know?
whop, 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 and then get out. Damn, bro, that's fucking sick.
Yeah.
I mean, there ain't never been one time you pulled up on scene and a motherfucker was like, that car fucking sucks. You're a piece of shit, bro. Fuck you. Like, ain't nobody ever done that. So
No, you're right.
I love the perspective, man. It's just a result. It's a result. It's something that I can say, yeah, I've put all this effort in. It's something tangible I can show. And some guys it's watches. Some guys it's cars. Some guys it's houses. Some guys it's other It doesn't matter. But you know, those tangible things are good, man. I like that perspective.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, life is for the living. Everyone deserves to splurge a little bit, enjoy their life. I mean, you know, I was just saying how my buddy passed, you know, it makes me a little sad knowing that he worked so hard, harder than I have by 3x at least. And he was 44 years old, moved to Thailand, sold his business, found himself a good girl, was truly starting to enjoy the fruits of his labor to the max. And then he passes unexpectedly. No answers. You ask a higher power, like, what is the reasoning behind this, you know? But I'm an optimist. I always take the best from any situation. And it made me realize, man, Tyler, don't ever forget to live in the moment, but still prepare for the future. Can't do too much of either. So every trip I take, and sometimes I feel bad, like, oh man, we didn't need to do that. We didn't need to do that spontaneous thing. But honestly, I've never regretted it. Just crossing over my 30s, living the way I did in my 20s, it was like, okay, I've always been an individual that's willing to out earn my expenses. Say, hey, if I want to do this and this, who says I can't do both? And I've always been the kind of person that figures out a way to freaking do both. I don't like compromise. I don't.
Always be a guy who figures out how to do both. I like that a lot.
Yeah, some people can't figure that out, but hey, everyone has the capability to figure it out, you know?
Absolutely. And being able to be in the present moment is one of the most powerful things anybody can do. It's one of my quotes. Got it on a note card right here. One moment at a time. Oh, Matt. One moment at a time.
Okay.
You gotta you gotta stick it on your forehead. That's my original right there. You know, there's so much power in the present, and people get depressed and all in their feelings when they start to look in the past, and then they get all fearful and anxious when they start to look into the future, and
yeah,
they never find the peace in the present, man. They never are able to just push their toes into the ground. And I think that's one of the most powerful things of the gym is that it's just an opportunity to be present. But think about this. Think about how crazy the gym is nowadays. You walk in, everybody's on whatever fucking machine it is. How crazy is that, right? And it's the one spot where we're supposed to be able to disconnect and be present and focus the mind-muscle connection, but our mind is sucked into this thing? How crazy is that, Tyler? It's like the system wants it that way or something. Huh.
Wow. Hey, you're hitting on something there.
Huh.
I mean, yeah, the world's not always out there to benefit us, man. These social media devices, I mean, you look at the backstories of them, they're meant to be addicting. So, like, are you going to fall victim and let them control and steer your life? No, dude. Back to what I said earlier, you got to take the bull by the horns. It's meant to be that way. Get some balls, grow some discipline, and turn off the notifications. For certain time blocks of the day. Like, I had that issue for a couple of years, you know? You're mindlessly scrolling, or you're even out with friends or at a family get together, and it's like the subconscious brain is like, I'm bored. You pull your phone out of your pocket and you start doing stupid shit. It does nothing for you. So you just gotta, like, you know, have that discipline to say, you know what, I'm gonna scale it back. I'm gonna do only 1 hour a day of social media, or whatever it is for you. But most people don't make that conscious decision to say, you know what, I gotta do a little less of this. They just keep doing it.
And how has that been for you as a creator? You know, I definitely, like, I got about 6K on Instagram. I mean, you're at about 28, you know. How is that, you know, because you got to stay posting, you got to stay active, you got to make your content. Do you sometimes get lost scrolling, or are you like me? I'm a post and ghost, man. I post my shit and I get off the app.
I'm with you, man. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I would say that's definitely an area I've always struggled with. I've never been like the best creator. I've always fallen in and out, and
oh, you're too hard on yourself. Bullshit. You told me I was too hard on myself. You're too hard on yourself. You got a great page. That's bullshit. That's bullshit.
Yeah, but I am with you. Post and ghost. I didn't know the terminology. That's a way cooler way to put it. I'm gonna use that forward. If you know, as long as it's not trademarked, I'd love to use that.
No, nothing trademarked, man. We're just a small time little peanuts program around here. You know, nothing big. Nothing.
Yes. All right. Post and ghost. I am definitely a poster and ghoster these days because it helps me not be on it for consumption. I've got a lot to give still. Like, even where we're at with Instashred, I know we can elevate it 1000x from here. The capability is so powerful. And so I realize any time that I'm spending consuming is that much more productivity I can put towards fueling the fire, helping other people. So I don't consume at all, to the point where sometimes you feel a little bad. It's like you don't hear about people's babies and their big life events and stuff, but I'll hear it through the grapevine. You know, when I'm out at a social event or someone mentions it. Oh, well, congrats, by the way. Sorry, I didn't see it. I'm not online too much anymore.
Hey, man, the cordial, you're too nice. You can save the cordial shit. Oh, you had a fucking baby. Let me see all your pictures all over social media.
You're right.
I don't give a shit. No one cares about little Tommy, Tina.
You know what? You're like my wife.
Pictures.
You're very blunt.
Hey,
I appreciate that about you. That's something I want to adopt more in my life. Is sometimes I still come off as like, I want to be the nice guy.
Yeah, but we need that, man. And it's why me and Derek are so close, right? Because you know how sweet that son of a gun is. He wouldn't hurt a fucking fly. He wouldn't piss anybody off if he could. And that's why we're so tight, because he's yin and yang. And that's why him and Swirl get along so well. Nice. Because me and Swirl are the let's go, let's fucking get it. If we're in this room, we don't like this fucking room, we're out. I mean, my favorite Derek moment, man, and he has come so far from this. Like, you probably don't even recognize this kid anymore with him hanging out around us and doing all these different things. We're in St. Louis. This was 2023. This was our first event. We're at our final night's event. We're at a barbecue restaurant. We were eating, drinking, having a great time. Waiter comes around to get our main meal orders, and he gets all the orders, gets everything in, everything's all good. Food comes out, and Derek gets a plate sat in front of him, and he's just looking at it. And he's just stuck in translation, just fucking stuck. And you can tell he's got so much going on in his mind, but he just doesn't want to say anything because he's a nice guy. And me and Swirl looking at him like, come on, what the fuck's happening over there? I'm like, geez, what's good, buddy? He's like, I don't know if I don't think I might have ordered. I don't. Did you order that or not? No, I didn't order this. And he's like, well, I don't want to say anything. I don't know. Just fucking say something to him. All right, make a decision. Do you want it or do you not? And he finally just pulled up his boots. He's like, yeah, I don't want. Can we make a change? Oh yeah, no problem. Figured it all out, right? But sometimes you need the people who are a little less to put the foot down, and maybe DZ has gotten more and more to put the foot down, but you need those people, man. You need the people. The whole army is built up of different personalities. The front battle lines, it can't always be crazy motherfuckers. There's got to be somebody to rope us in from time to time.
Wow.
Oh, that's right. They gave is one of our OGs, Pride Stanford. Shout out to the Stanfords, baby. The Grateful Breadheads. They gave him my dinner. Yeah, it was a crazy situation at Salt and Smoke. Who's to say, who's to know? Nice. All right. So, man, we have covered so much good shit, Tyler. Like,
I'm glad to hear.
This has been such a treat, my man. I can't thank you enough for all the insights, all the mindset, everything. I ain't done yet, but I'm looking back at some of my notes already. I got 2 pages of notes. Like, dude, this is pretty good. It's a spicy meatball. D's, hit me with it. Come on.
Oh God.
Come on.
That's
Come on.
A spicy meatball.
Yes, sir, it is. And this morning, hey, that soundboard, I'll tell you what, my guy. So, all right, I want to go back just a little bit here. And there's this frame of mind that we refer to around here as the I don't want to go to the gym. I don't want to go for a walk. I don't want to eat healthy. Oh. What is your best advice, Tyler, for helping people overcome those I don't wannas, those moments where they sit and stare at the gym shoes for 30 minutes, knowing if they just put them on and got in the car and got to the gym, everything would be okay, but they still choose not to anyway?
Yeah. You know what? I really like it, Colton.
I really like you too, man.
Yeah. Well, so I'm usually like the softie. Like my wife is much like yourself, very blunt, very dry. She will give it to you straight. And
shout out, Mrs. Kelly. Let's go.
And that'll hurt my feelings sometimes. So when it comes to other people, the thousands of people that I've helped, what kind of person are they? And you've got to feel them out. Are they a rip the Band-Aid off kind of person? You got to give it to them straight. Say, look, you're being a pussy. Step the fuck up. You came to me for help. You're not listening. You either do it or you don't. But some other people need a little bit of caressing. They need some coddling. You gotta for the physical viewers, you gotta fondle them a little bit.
Yeah, just a little tickle. Yeah.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Oh God. Hilarious. But it's true. And sometimes I'm the fondler. Like, I need you to just like God, you still laughing on that?
He said I'm the fondler.
Oh man. Dude, I didn't think it'd be this fun.
That's gonna clip good. That's gonna clip good. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Yeah. Some people need those soft, sexy words whispered in their ears. Okay. And I'll be honest, sometimes, Colton, I'm that kind of guy. And sometimes that's what people need to hear. They need to be slowly led to that realization that, hey, you're kind of being a little bitch. But if you just tell them up front, they get offended or they get whatever, and it doesn't encourage them. It doesn't influence them. And as a fitness expert, I've realized influence is the biggest key to someone making forward progress. You got to be able to influence someone to take action, because you could tell them what to do all freaking day. Tell them exactly what to do. Hell, look at today. This goes directly against what I do. You can literally go on Google and find a very effective workout plan and go do it. And you will get some results, guaranteed. But that's not what people need. That's not the issue. Everyone's got their own insecurities and doubts. And my favorite thing that people say these days, this is like the most common excuse known to man: I'm busy. Everyone's
Yeah,
you just crossed your eyes. Everyone's
me too,
busy.
Charlie. Me too. Welcome to the club.
Oh man, you know what the crazy thing is? A lot of people get it. Not everyone. When I say this, we all have the same 24 hours in a day.
86,400 seconds.
Right? How are you more busy than someone else? And think of the mom with 8 kids, or the person holding down 4 jobs. Like, we're not busy. So every day when I get a little butt hurt, I'm like, oh, today was so tough. I just think of those, dude, someone's got it harder than you, Tyler. Shut the hell up.
100%. 100%. My favorite quote in that mindset: there are people out there praying for the things that you're complaining about.
That's beautiful. Yeah.
That smack you square in the soul, man. And you know, my mama's my inspiration a lot of times. You know, she was an entrepreneur. She'd been an entrepreneur for 35 plus years. She actually just sold her business. Congrats, Mama Bear. Nice. She's out the door. She's got 1 month left. She's on the whole other side of where me and you are right now, my guy.
So cool.
Let's send this thing to the moon. And she's, ooh, retirement feels pretty good. What am I going to do next? I'm like, damn, life looks pretty good over there. However, you know, she was a single mom, 1 bedroom, 1 window, basement apartment. And she would grind and stay up till 10, 11, 12, 1 in the morning, make plays happen, still take me to the library and take me here and take me around town and make sure that I was taken care of, and still built a business from 0 to something that was just massive that then was able to be sold. So why, if that's happened, if that's just my mom, and you talk about, you know, the 24 hours, take it a step further. How many, not just how many hours, but how many generations have spent those hours before we've even got to this moment? Well, like 4,600 some. So you're telling me that all those people have struggled, toiled, bled, sweat, cried, and you're just going to give up? You're going to play into the I don't wannas. You're not going to lace up your shoes and go for that run. You're not just going to go pick up a weight. And you said it, the days of 2 hour. I just know how to pick heavy shit up and put it down. That's all. I'm not no fucking personal trainer. You said the days of 2 hour workouts are dead. Why not just get in 15, 20, 30 minutes, go home? Something's better than nothing. Is it not, Tyler?
100%. You hit the nail on the head.
Damn, dude. I like what you just did to me. You just totally shifted around. You sat down a little bit. You gave me
I did, yeah. I was tired.
You gave me a little backlight, dude. Like
oh yeah. Dude, I'm a mood guy. So working from home, the house is always clean. I've always got like a vibe going because, dude, your atmosphere makes a big difference. Come on now,
brother. You're preaching to the choir. Come on, turn around and talk to the doggone people out there. You're preaching the choir. I mean, you see. I got lights going on right now. Every room, every corner you look, I have one of these note cards plastered on the wall. Like this, it mindset. How you do anything is how you do everything. I don't just come to this show. I get the I don't want us too. I don't want to go to the gym. I'm sure you do too. Sometimes you say, man, I just want to sit around and eat a tub of ice cream. That sounds real fun today. But then I look to my right and I see how you do anything is how you do everything. You don't, under pressure, you don't rise to the occasion. You sink to the level of your training.
Yeah.
FAFO or LAMO. Fuck around and find out or lay around and miss out.
What? Wait, what was the abbreviation?
FAFO over LAMO. FAFO over
you're
LAMO.
killing me.
Fuck around and find out over lay around and miss out. We talked about
That's
that a couple
hilarious.
weeks ago. It sits right on my wall. And I got all of these shits everywhere. So how could I see all of this and then be in a shitty mindset? You know, I have to give myself those things to consistently slap myself in the back of the head because we are all human beings. This life isn't easy. As much as, you know, me and you can get on a show and be all hyped up and talk about mindset and how easy it is to turn around your life and simplicity and effectiveness and blah, 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 blah. It's still hard. It's still hard. But you can choose, hey, JK Small Time in the chat, you can choose to make it easy even when it's hard. Huh? How about that? What do you think about that?
Good little thinker.
How do you make life easy even when it's hard, Tyler? You ever thought about that?
I think a lot of it's got to do with this thing right here.
Woo! Who's to know? I mean, I'm not no rocket scientist or anything.
Yeah. I can tell, though, you have a sense of purpose. I'm sure a lot of your audience has a sense of purpose. That's what gives life zest. And anything with purpose is going to have some struggle. It's going to be tough. But I think that's part of the human experience. Like anyone who's got it too easy, this isn't for everyone. I'm not trying to make a blanket statement, but a lot of them are lost or they're not truly fulfilled. And that's my number one goal in life, is to have true fulfillment.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't have that because they want it easy. I mean, let's be real. We live in an awesome day and age. I love the technological advances and all that, but we're a convenience-based society. And when you take advantage of that too much, you become soft and you don't have a purpose. You've got to do some hard shit. I got into cold plunging 8 months ago, not only for the mental and physical benefits, but dude, it's the challenge every day. If I can wake up and get in a 40-degree body of water, what else can I do? I mean, it's never fun though. There's never a thought in my mind before I get in it, ooh, I'm excited to get in this cold body of water. No, but I feel so damn good afterwards. Like, yeah, I just did that. You know?
Yep.
And I deserved myself a little chilling later in the day or anything. It's like an athlete's mindset, but
damn, boys. Man. Tyler just called us out. Boys.
Oh, we all got a cold tub now in the morning?
We had this whole squad within the Diamond Ham fam that was just on this tip, we're cold plunging, we're doing this, we're doing that. And then we kind of got away from it. But as we got away from that, we all got back into the gym and we all started getting bigger and looking good. Like we got this kid, this guy today, he's the bottom one in the chat, Chris Aswomana. All 7 feet of this son of a bitch. He was like a doggone walking stick, and now he's got muscles in places I didn't even know muscles existed. Wait, who are you? Who are you, pal? So, maybe we got to get back to the cold plunging. I feel like you just called us out, man. That we got to start doing some hard shit. We're not doing enough hard shit. That's how I'm feeling. I don't know. Who's to know, man. And also, Live Dog just said it. Brian Livingston in the chat. Train the brain. It's a muscle. Just as much as our biceps, our pecs, our lats, our hamstrings and quads, your brain is just a muscle like that too. And if you stop using it, you stop working it, it's just not going to be efficient for you. And I said this quote yesterday. You talked about Jim Rohn, and another one of the guys falls in those lanes is Zig Ziglar, and one of his quotes is, they say motivation doesn't last. Well, neither does bathing. That's why we require it daily. So
I like that one. Yeah.
What are you doing daily to consistently push yourself forward? And I'm sure there's a lot of times with clients where you get to them and they're just like, well, I don't want to go any further. I'm not doing anything else. I'm just done with this. And I'm sure it's not easy to keep them going and keep them pushing, but maybe, if you can find that core of, hey, it's your mindset, man. It's your thoughts about what's going on. It's not the things that are actually going on.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and it becomes easier with time. Like everyone's always caught up in comparing themselves, but think about a marathon runner, someone that can run 24 miles, something like that. 22 point something miles. I don't know.
I hate running, bro. 23.
Yeah, I'm not a runner either, but it's a decent analogy. Bear with me.
We're having a runner on the show tomorrow. You ought to tune in, bro. This motherfucker, he runs 10K just for fun. Just goes out at night, just doopity.
Wait, so did I break the seal here? Like you said, you've never had a guest, but now you're having a guest.
You broke
right
the
after
seal,
the
bro.
first guest?
Yeah, you broke the seal, bro. It's all good. I'm just saying who's no. And then maybe it's just a nonstop flow. And then we got to have Tyler V2 when actual Swore One's on here, and he can ask you some of his thoughts too. I'm telling you, bro, there's no saying to where this thing could go.
No, I appreciate you guys.
We appreciate
it. Okay, so back to my point real quick.
Yeah. Sorry.
It becomes easier as a coach, as an athlete. A marathon runner that runs 20 plus miles, if they go to run 2, 3, 4 miles and they're coaching someone through it, it's an absolute cakewalk. But the problem is someone that hasn't began running, they're looking at the marathon runner and they're scared. They're allowing their own character to be belittled because they're like, oh my God, I'm so far from that. But it's like, dude, it takes time, you know? When you're fat and you've got your man boobs and stuff, and whether we've told you that to your face, like it's going to take some time, you know? It doesn't happen overnight, which is why a lot of people don't do it. But then as the marathon runner, which I'm the marathon runner in the fitness industry, the coaching the people that are way down here is an absolute cakewalk, because to get them from running 0 to 4 miles for someone that's running 20 plus, it's just another day in the park.
Is there a way to kindly or appropriately tell someone that they're a fat ass and they need to get into shape and they need to get their ass together? Think about that for a second, and I'll tell you this. We got a OG of our fam, Motion, and he always says, he said, I've told so many people I'm not putting another homie in the ground. It's time to start taking care of yourself. On that thought, what do you think about that?
I'm an off the cuff kind of guy. Any presentation I've always done, any interview like this, a sales call, I really go based off my intuitions. I feel the person out. As I mentioned earlier, some people need the Band-Aid ripped off. Some people need a little caressing. So yeah, some people you just need to drive in the knife.
Hey, fat ass, come on, let's go put down the ice cream.
Absolutely. And other people, you can't do that. You know, they're going to walk away offended. They're going to be unmotivated, and it's not going to encourage them to take action. And so I think we all have this, like, what's the word? It's like when you feel the vibe, you walk into the room and you feel the vibe. What's the word I'm looking for here, Colton? You're
the energy, the frequency.
Yeah, like the frequency. Like you feel the frequency of another individual.
The vibe. That's what you were looking for.
Yeah, you know how to respond based on how they're coming off.
No.
And yeah, I've been wrong a few times, but a lot of the times I'm right. What does this person need in this moment right now? They need me to fondle them, or do they need me to just?
Yeah. Oh, here he goes. He's going back again, kids. Watch out. Hey, I think that's
He pulls out.
Oh, hey, did you ever notice football might be just a sex cult? Who's to say, who's to know? I think that's Instashred After Dark. I think that's the other website. You might want to check. That's the back pages.
Yeah, you got to take me to dinner first before we open up that can of worms.
Oh, shit. I got a couple more things I want to know from you, man.
Sure, my friend.
Couple of big ones.
Oh, okay.
I want you to go back to Tyler that was sitting in the back of that office, personal training, one client, threw his hands up in the air, said, fondoozle this. I'm ready to go make my own fondoozling happen. What now, where you sit, riding around the Corvette, wife, house, business looking great, what would you tell that entrepreneurial version of yourself?
The 3 words that come to mind: go for it. Go for it. I think I had it easy. Something came over me when I saw that ad. I help in-person trainers go from online. Something just told me, like, I got to go to this. But I'm sure some people in that position still hesitate. They know they should go after this thing that just feels right, but then the doubts and the fears and the insecurities kick in. And all I can say is, dude, go for it. Life's too short. And some people are different. I've seen some entrepreneurs, and not to scare anyone, completely fail. They quit their job, they go with the business, and it doesn't work. Okay. We might
failed before. We've been here, baby. We've been there, done that.
But like, you can go for it and still keep your job and hustle extra at night. Work 8 hours and work an extra 5 hours after you're off on the side gig that you're ungodly passionate about. Or if you want to go all in, move back home, get rid of your ego, and go all in on it so that you don't have to pay rent and live with your parents. There's so many ways to skin the cat, as we mentioned earlier, but that's the disciplinary action of starting to take control of your life. Is like, hey, I want to do this, but I got to figure out how to best do it for me. When people grow up and they've got their jobs and they've got their kids and they're so busy, back to that word busy, it's like, oh, dude, give me a break. Like, figure it out. Have you ever heard someone say, this is my biggest pet peeve, I've gotten over it over the years, but when people say, I don't have time to work out, I'm like, oh my God, dude, if you don't have 20 minutes a day, you do not have a life.
To say you do not have time is to say, I know why not.
There you go. I like that one better.
That's exactly what it is. We all have the same 24 hours. We said it a little while ago.
Yeah.
And everybody just keeps wasting their time. And, you know, this quote made me think of when you were talking about, you know, you don't have to quit your job and all this shit.
Yeah.
Use your 9 to 5 to fund the 7 to 12 until the 7 to 12 becomes the 24/7.
Nice.
And if you just keep grinding, keep making it happen, it's going to happen. And that's happening for me right now. Yes, full hand high in the sky, Tyler. I have had a whole business before this. I took the leap of faith. I had my nest eggs. I drained my 401ks. I said, it is show time, baby. I'm doing it. It's go time at the OK Corral.
Yeah.
And I fall flat on my face. Failed like a son of a bitch. But by the grace of God, he gave me another opportunity. He opened the door for me once again. And this is actually V2 of this company. V1 of this company actually failed. I've been a great entrepreneur because I've done exactly what you just said. I've just gone for it. I've just thrown shit at the wall and see what sticks. I've intentionally put myself in the hallway of life over and over. And I'm sure you might be able to resonate with this. When one door closes, another door opens, but sometimes it's hell in the hallway. If you can just enjoy the hallways and stop playing into all the shit, maybe this life becomes a little bit easier.
Wow. You got away with your words, Colton.
I might have picked the right career. I don't know. I don't say who's no. Sometimes, hey, if the OGs of this show, the regulars, they know I can't speak English to save my life. For some reason, it's clicking today, Tyler. And speaking of quotes, man, last but not least here, questions from me. And then we'll dive into the chat, see if anybody, what the people been saying today.
Sure.
You've said a couple of quotes, said some Jim Rohn stuff, some this, some that. Number one, give me your favorite quote. I know you got something written down. You got something that you just always come back to. You always, bam, bam, probably just came to your mind right there. And then number two, if you had, you know, something that people should ask themselves every single day. Like if you don't ask yourself something every day, how am I doing with it? You're crazy. So some question or some thought to leave everybody with that they should ask themselves every day, and your favorite quote.
Favorite quote, I did say it already. Work smarter, not harder.
Ooh, hey now.
Yeah.
Easy even when it's hard. Shout out JK.
There you go. And one thing I would leave everyone with, what comes to mind is how are you getting 1% better every day? Just take a baby step, man. Why are you laughing?
Because we literally say that every single day.
You really?
We are so on the same page. It's not even funny.
On the whole, you know, you ain't gonna whatever the quote is, you ain't gonna do it all in a day. Just like give yourself a reason to feel 1% better, and like that's a little enough of a dopamine hit to wake up the next day and say, "Hey, did it yesterday. I'm gonna do it again today." But, you know.
Damn straight. No, I laugh because we're just on the same page, man.
I love it.
And I'm sure a lot of our audience, they heard it. And as soon as you said it, like, oh, shit, 1% better. That is exactly what it's about. As long as you're getting better, if only 1% every day, if you can look back to the guy from yesterday and say, hey, I'm better than that guy. That guy around here or over here, I don't know, whichever way. He said, hey, that guy, yeah, I'm a little bit better than that guy.
Yeah.
You can do that every day. You'll be in a good spot.
Dude, yeah. I thought of something else that I think I should add to those people.
Oh, no, that's unacceptable. No fucking way. No more.
Well, I said 3 words, but it was so simple. I said go for it, right? But I think the second key that's helped me through every area of life, whether I've realized it or not, is having a coach or a mentor. Probably what you do for people. Even this podcast or this interview series can be a mentor to some people.
Yep.
But we always need that. And I've noticed when I'm trying to do things on my own, I'm a little more lost than if I was following someone else's direction. And I'm not following my own favorite quote, work smarter, not harder. Like, dude, why would you not learn from someone who's been there and done it? You fool.
That is a hell of an idea. Hell of a thought right there, Tyler. Man, it's so funny though. As Hummins, we like to go it alone. We like to, especially the entrepreneur. If you got that entrepreneurial fire and drive. You know, you stand at the fork in the road and you look left and it's rainbows, puppy dogs, and unicorns, and you look right and it's the valley of shadow of death and muck and mire. And repeatedly, we continue to go right for some unannounced reason, and we like to be there for some reason and by ourselves and leave us alone. And we got to figure this out. We got it. Leave us be. All right. But man, isn't it nice to just have somebody who's maybe been through that can help you get through it too? And it's not necessarily give me everything how to get through this. Just, maybe when I'm fucking dragging my knuckles, tell me it's going to be okay. Tell me that, hey, I've been through this too. Try this right now. And then just keep going. It's not my story. Just try this now. And it's all yours. And that shit right there, to be able to have somebody like that to lean on is one of the most powerful things you can have in this life, Tyler. Whew.
There you go.
Damn straight.
This was so much more encouraging than fitness. I like this a lot.
Hey man, I know a little fitness, a little this, a little that. Maybe V2, who knows? We talk more about your powerlifting. I know you got some crazy stories there. Maybe some bodybuilding. If people want to know what's it like to stand under the bright lights on stage with the spray tan just glistening off your muscles. No,
don't forget the man thong. The
with the banana hammock just fondling you ever so gently. To bring it all full circle.
Oh, man.
Let's take a gander. Let's see here. Who's to say, who's to know? Let's take a gander. What's going on in the live chat? Who the people are out there? What they've been saying all show. DEEZYY has shifted us up on the screen. What do we got out there, D's? JK Big Time. He says, hey, Tyler. June here. Our guy JK Big Time. What do you do when you feel any molecules of complacency trying to creep into your life? How do you personally combat that?
I love the verbiage here.
This guy right here, he's our nation's capital connection.
When you feel a molecule of complacency, I love that.
Hey, he has a way with words. Water off a duck's back, JK Big Time. I tell you what.
Yeah. Man, probably an oddball answer, but sometimes I ease into it. Depends where I'm at. Have I earned it? If I feel like I want to be a little complacent, sometimes for me at least, like my business partner, I have a business partner with Instashred. He is a workaholic. He has not spoiled himself, and I make fun of him for this. He doesn't take trips. He doesn't do a lot because he feels like he has to earn it. Whatever that figure, that idea is in his mind, I'm not spoiling myself until I've earned it. And I'm like, you do you, bro. But if I want to go see Thailand, I want to go to Disney World for the third time this year, and I feel like I've earned it and I've worked hard enough to do it, by all means, I'm going to do it. So sometimes that helps me, though. The complacency, the disrupt in my pattern allows me to come back better. It really does. He can push through and work and continue to stay productive. I cannot work 18-hour days and be productive. I'm better off chunking it up. I'm better off working 8-hour days, being productive and shutting off after 8 hours and spending quality time with my wife, because I know those extra 5 hours after the 8 are just like lollygagging. And at that point, what's the point? So that's my answer. I allow myself to become complacent because I know if I allow for the complacency, I'm going to come back harder because, hey, you lived a little bit. You enjoyed. Now get back to work.
That's a perspective right there. Whoo, shit. Ow, I like that. Hey, I've started living by the Thomas Edison way. He preached that naps were one of the greatest things you can ever do. He would fall asleep at his lab chair in between experiments and how he came up with some of the greatest things in the world. Now, I'm not saying I take 15 fucking naps a day, but if I'm ever working and my eyes are just feeling a little heavy and, oh, shit, the body's a little, I don't just go slam some coffee and let me try and fake this through and go through. Let me just go take 15 minutes, 10 minutes, real quick, bam, in and out. And I'll tell you what, you wake up from that and it's just boom. All right, shit. Well, okay, here we go. I'm ready to go again. And I don't have a wife or a girlfriend or all these responsibilities. I don't have most of the responsibilities you have, so I can kind of do a little differently. But I don't know, just some things that I've been operating on that have allowed me to, because I'm lazy. I'm the laziest motherfucker you meet, man. Like,
oh, are you?
Give
You
me
spend all your energy here in the first hour and a half of your day.
Brother, give me 8 hours, an Xbox controller, and TV with nothing to do, and I am on. I'm not moving from the couch. I don't need to. I am so lazy. I am so lazy. But I have the ability to get over the I don't want us and just keep pushing. But boy, I am lazier than all shit.
Wow.
But I love what you said, because I do take that time to decompress, to reset, to get a little complacent, to maybe not be locked into the timeline, to not be making content, to not be all in the gateway and everywhere. And oh my gosh, I got to be a million places at once. Make sure everybody sees me.
Yeah.
Let me back up a little bit. So like you said, you come back 10 times stronger. Some good stuff, man.
Yeah, well said. Quick sidebar. As a former gamer, are you into the Black Ops 6?
Oh, yeah, I've been playing around a little bit. Who's to know? They had a little something on Game Pass. I messed around a little bit with it this past weekend, but I'm not super into it. So.
Okay, gotcha. See, now to that point, I won't allow myself to do it. That's too much complacency for me, because if I get into the gaming, it becomes like a little bit of an addiction. So it's like, you know what, Tyler, maybe in a couple years from now, you can circle back to that, because I can't. I give myself
one day. I give myself 1 day, 4 hours. That's all I do. I am like China on myself. I have the set limit. They got like timing on their kids where they can game and shit. Yeah. Saturdays from a set time, and I don't ever go over 4 hours, because I know how easy it is, man. And I'm a Madden guy. And you know how Madden can get, man. It can get hot and heavy, and I gotta keep playing.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So I don't play during the week.
Discipline.
Yeah, man. I don't play during the week. I don't play on Sundays. It's only Saturdays, because and I'm even starting to feel guilty about that, like you said, because why am I using the weekend trying to escape a life that I'm currently living, when I should be using it to build the one that I've been dreaming about? That's all these things are, is just an escape. Going to the bar, boozing, gaming, sitting with your hand in your pants, watching Netflix for 12 hours. All it is an escape. And if you use your whole weekend to escape, you got to show up on fucking Monday again, building somebody else's dream, Tyler. Yeah. And that's something me and you both can't do. So that's what it comes down to, man.
That was very well said.
That's what it comes down to. Who's to say, who's to know? We got anybody else out there, D's? I've been seeing some good stuff all of this whole doggone show. Who else we got out there to chat? Pick us something good, D's. Pick us something good. He's scrolling through, kids. Oh, here we go. Oh, it's the beautiful Wable Snow, Miss Mama Snow, a.k.a. Bella Rossi in the chat. Tyler has helped both of my sons. He is a fantastic person. Woohoo! Getting some love in the chat from Mama Snow. How about that? Shout out, Tyler. Kim Jones, Tyler makes me want to do more. That is my mama bear. That is actually my mama.
Oh, no way.
In prime time. Yep, she's in here every single morning.
That's out, so Mom. Cool. What a culture you got in here.
We got a culture, dude. We got my mom. We got my grandma. We got my aunt. They're always here. They're always rocking around. We love them.
That's so cool.
Shout out to you, Mama Bear. Appreciate you tuning in.
I love that.
Grammy P, there she is. Colt. What a great guest Tyler is. Love this young man. Come back again. 2 thumbs up. Wow, you got Grammy P's approval. So if you got the queen, then that means we're going to have to bring you back again, Tyler. I hope you're all right with that, my man.
Nah, I'm honored. Yeah. You take some time and think on it, though.
No thinking needed, pal. We're good. Well, I just get together with DZ. We'll do another, background thing, whole pow. And then next thing you know, you're here again. Shout out Grammy P. We love you. GP. Mrs. Metal. I hear swirl every time that happens. Don't tell me you're tired. Tell me you're uninspired.
Ooh.
Yeah, see, Swirl One's got to be here one time with you, Tyler. We got to have Swirl One on, and there's got to be a V too.
Okay, yeah.
Because Swirl One, where I get my eloquence, that motherfucker, he beats the pulp out of me. He just fucking slowly, he puts it out there. So we got to bring you back for Swirl One.
All right.
Shout out, Mrs. Metal. We appreciate you. We got Chris Aswomana live in the chat. Great morning, Diamond Ham fam. Loving the conversation. Have a spectacular day, everyone. Right back to you, Mr. Aswomana. Hope you're having a great start to the day over there in the West Coast, baby. Who else we got? Jared Albright, Instashred. That's a great company name. The people love it. Sounds like you choose something good, Tyler. Who's to say, who's to know? People are saying it's quality. What else we got out there? Jared Albright, absolute gold. Lots of notes. Shout out to you, Jared. Appreciate you. This has been absolutely amazing. Hey, I told you, Jared. Jared, I was just looking at Jared. Tyler, we were into some shit, man. This was a conversation.
I can't believe it's already
It's already
90 minutes in.
The people love it, man. The people loved it. Life responds to effort. There's another Diamond Hand fam quote. You better believe it. Shout out, Chris. We appreciate you.
I like it.
Motion. Ooh. When was the last time you recognized a mental PR? What do you think about that thought? When's the last? Not an answer. No. Just a perspective. Just thought. Motion always be throwing this shit out here.
Yeah, I like that, man.
You know, stressing your limit all the way. Damn, I've never done that with my brain before. Wow. Whoa. That makes me think of that video we watched a couple weeks back where the guy says, "Hey, everybody, put your hand up. All right, now raise it a little bit higher. Why didn't you give 100% the first time?" Woo!
Yeah. You know what? This stimulated a little question for me. Back to the brand and company names. What stimulated Diamond Hand? That's the pinnacle of what our brand's about. What is this?
Yeah. So we started in the NFT space and crypto and Web3, whatever the fuck that was. And, it's how I met Derek. It's how I met Swirl. I met a lot of people through that. It was great for my life. It put me in touch with a lot of amazing human beings, but it was just not where this company needed to be. And Diamond Hands in that space means somebody who is willing to invest in some shit and ride it, whether it goes all the way down to zero or all the way back up to $1 million or wherever it goes. We never sell. We have Diamond Hands. Well, then it started to blossom into something different, and we started to become a community and a network of people and people who cared about each other. And it was more than just shows and more than just fucking content and just my goofy ass showing up. We had people who had each other's backs. And I started saying what's in blue letters. We don't only hold, we hold each other up. We don't only hold the shit out of our investments, our real estate, our assets, the things that we invest in and we talk about every single day, creating true generational wealth.
Yeah.
But when you need it the most, when you're inevitably going to be in that fucking hallway, when you're inevitably going to tilt a little bit to the right or to the left, or, oh my gosh, what am I doing? You have a true group of human beings that are going to be right there to lift you back up. To not say, oh, well, I don't know. I wouldn't have done that. See, dumbass, that was a stupid idea. You can literally come into the gateway. It is what we have. It's our place of network. And you can ask any question, anything in the world, and there will never be one person that says, well, that was stupid. Instead, you'll get 20, 25, 30 people coming out of the woodworks saying, hey, I did it this way. Fucked up bad. Try it that way. Hey, whoa, I saw that. Try this. Read this document too. This will be something great for you. Oh, while you're doing that, maybe move a little bit of your money over here in reserve just in case shit gets a little fucking crazy because I did that. It fucked up real bad. Don't do that. So we literally have people who have turned into those who are willing to help other people change.
Wow.
And we live through the Jim Rohn quote. I know you like Jim Rohn. If you keep helping enough people get what they want, eventually you get what you want. And that's all we live by. You just keep helping people do what they want to do. Whatever it is. I'm telling you, man, whatever it is, wherever you want to go. And we have so many plans for this whole brand, man. And
I love that.
I appreciate you asking the question because I do have so much passion about it. And we had the show late last night and I got pretty passionate on there. I got choked up just even talking about it and thinking about it and where we're at. And it's a blessing to be able to show up and do this. It is true passion, true fulfillment. And man, I just appreciate you being a part of it and helping us continue to grow the brand, Tyler.
Yeah, that was a beautiful response. I love it. You've kicked my day off on the right foot.
Who's to say, who's to know? I rep it on my chest, baby. Woo! Oh, shout out. Who else we got out there, D's? Oh, Mama Capp says Tyler is one of us. She ain't playing around. You got GP's approval and Mama Capp's approval in one show. I mean, that's hard to do. That's hard to do there, Tyler. Way to go, kid. JK, big time. Living life without a mentor or mentors is like trying to drive new places without Google Maps.
Love the analogies.
JK just be bringing the fire. Shout out, JK. We appreciate you, my guy. Jared Albright, he is not lazy. He is so full of it. No dishes in this man's sink. Don't believe it, Tyler. One of the hardest works I know is Capp. Pretty much everyone in here is on the same level. Thanks for calling me out, Jared. Appreciate you, brother. That's my guy. JK, big time. Complacency is life's litmus test to the entrepreneurial scale of effort. This guy right here crushes the entrepreneurial game.
Nice.
The don'ts can't even recognize it, but the do's use it to gauge next steps. Ooh, shit. Complacency is life's litmus test to the entrepreneurial scale of effort. That's some shit to think about. Damn. JK getting deep this morning. You must have been tripping some triggers on him, Tyler. Who's to say? Who's to say? Damn.
Good snippets.
Okay, here we go. This man right here, and look, this man is in shape. He is a certified tree slayer. He's got bigger biceps than me, but our legendary Pride Stanford, the Grateful Breadhead himself, he says, good morning, Tyler. How would you approach helping an old man like me get into shape?
Powerlifting.
Oh, fuck yeah. Hell yeah. Dude, let's go.
That's the answer. Get those knees going. Come on. No, not the answer. So is he toying with me here? You say he's in great shape.
I mean, he's in decent shape, but I mean, I guess just perspective for the older fogies out there. You know, we do have some of those who are over the hill that do turn into this program, even though most of them are younger guys like me and you. We do have some fogies out there. You know, any perspective for the blue hairs?
Yeah, I'd say for the older folks, I usually steer away from much more traditional weight training. I do a lot of functional movements, especially like things for the hamstrings and stuff. When you're more prone to falling or you're just things are wearing down a little bit, there's a little more atrophy going on in the body. Strengthening those areas that are going to minimize injury and help you feel good, super important. Like the amount of people that fall, it's because they have weak hamstrings, but there's not a lot of daily movements we do throughout the course of a normal day that strengthen our hamstrings. So when you intentionally strengthen that area, when you slip or fall, think about when your leg twitches to catch you. A big part of that is your hamstring strength. And people with weak hamstrings usually take nasty spills. They get busted hips. So functional movements, you know, turning a Bozu ball upside down, trying to squat on that sucker, things like that. It's fun. It's a different twist on, you know, a traditional gym session, but you can embrace it and it can be a fun time.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Pride Stanford also says, I'm 54 and strong. Thank you.
Oh, nice, dude. That's honestly
he's
inspiring. He's saying that. That's awesome, man. That's honestly, that's the kind of stuff I look forward to being, because I hear examples like that. You know how many people are like, oh, it's hell to get 30. I'm like, 30? People are complaining at 30, but then there's examples like Pride here. And it's like, I'm 54 and I'm feeling healthy and strong. And I'm like, that's the example I want to latch onto.
Oh, shit. Oh, I forgot, Tyler. One thing I wanted to ask you about, dude.
Oh, no.
And it just happened because our resident pickleball purveyor hopped in the chat. Hey,
Right.
dude, pickleball. What got you into pickleball? How'd you start? What's happening? I heard it runs through your veins. You like to just get fucking lit on the weekends. I mean, what's up with pickleball, dude? We got a guy in here who just loves pickleball. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude. He's a fucking nut. He learned about it at our event this past summer, and he's fucking played in like 5 tournaments since then. He's won them all. He's gone off the deep end, Tyler. It is crazy.
Man, we got to find out his duper. Ask him what his duper is. You're all about the abbreviations.
I don't know what the fuck that means, but hey, there you go. Yeah,
see
that way.
Oh my God!
He even asked you. Oh shit!
That was something.
Well, there you go, Tyler.
For me, I haven't done a sport since high school, so now being 31 years old, it's like, man, I haven't been in that competitive nature outside of bodybuilding and powerlifting, like with a true sport.
That's priceless. I don't care who you are. That was
Awesome. Yeah, so I discovered pickleball and I'm like, man, it's been 10 years since I've done a competitive sport. Like, this is awesome. I just, I was working out at the wellness center. Derek was there too, I think, for a period of time. And I'm just looking downstairs for years. I see these people playing, it got so popular. They mapped out the gym floor. They took away half the basketball gym for people to play pickleball. And I'm looking at it for years. Like, what are these people doing down here? And I guess from the day I went and tried it, I'm like, all right, I'm in.
Yes.
Yeah, and we're lucky enough to have this badass facility over here with like true pickleball courts, and it's like a private membership club, so it's I'm blessed to have a place like that to go and play at. So.
Dude, you got to come to the J&J Weekend Getaway. Well, I don't know what exactly we're doing this year. We'll try and fit pickleball in once again. But this past year, went to a place called Chicken and Pickle, and it's literally amazing food and all pickleball. It's pickleball and games, and we had a court inside. It was a little hot outside, so we had a court inside.
Sure.
My boy JK and my boy G-Lou that's in the chat too, them two dudes looked like they had been swimming in shoulder-height water with their full clothes on after they got done with that pickleball session. I got pictures of it. It's some of the craziest stuff I ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Pickleball
That's good stuff, man. Phenomenal cardio too.
Sure fucking is. Hey, cardio's hardio. I don't do that shit. So I'll save that for you and D's. Who's to say? Who's to know?
Heart, man.
Every time I call Deezy, he's walking somewhere. Who's to say? Who's to know? What else we got, Deez? Anything else good before we wrap this bad boy up? Jared Albright's got a question. He said, Tyler, what would you recommend for those of us trying to gain weight? Too much is all about losing weight.
Outlier. Yeah, my biggest suggestion is always throw a weight gainer in there. It's a cost-effective way. Look for a clean weight gainer. You don't want stuff with corn syrup salads and all that crap. But the nice thing is maltodextrin. It doesn't have it doesn't have sugar in it, so it's a complex carbohydrate broken down in simple form. It doesn't make you feel bloated or anything. And so maltodextrin combined with protein is like a godsend for people that have a hard time getting enough calories in. So a nice cheap weight gainer. My favorite one is actually by Optimum Mass. It's called All Mass.
All Mass is gas.
Check out All Mass, Jared.
Hell yeah. That one, that's the one where it's got like the damn detergent scooper in it, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. The big old fucker in it.
That's a good way to put it. It looks just like a detergent.
yeah. Dude. Oh, when I was gaining back in the day, I was taking that shit. That's some good shit for sure. 150%. Hey, what do you think about here we go down another fucking rabbit hole. What do you think about these, like the NAD and all this stuff, and like using something like Hexlorane instead of like as a replacement instead of using like a steroid, like a Tren or Test or something like that? Do you think that's a viable option for some people, or should you kind of try and stay away from some of that shit?
Not my expertise, hononestly. I don't know enough.
Appreciate the transparency. No, for sure. I just want to see if you had any knowledge at all. Because I'm a tiny guy. I'm 5'8". I'm 160 pounds. I want to be a little bit bigger. But you start to think I'm 29 years old, and what? I'm going to be working out. God knows how long. Let's talk fucking, okay, let's just say 40 years. I'm still working out at 69, right? Hey, giggity, who? And, what am I still pinning Tren at 69? I'm pinning for 40 years. Like, that's crazy. I don't want to take no steroids. That's insane. But maybe a little something that's a little natural. I don't know. So I've been doing some research. Who's to say? Who's to know?
Yeah. Do your research, because there's some stuff out there with technology, like all the peptide advancements and stuff.
Yes.
There's not a lot of long-term studies, so we've got to be careful. With my buddy having just passed with a kidney failure and enlarged heart, it's like you don't know what these things can do for that result. So the trade-off is tough sometimes, because these new things can have like great effects and like steroidal-like benefits, but it's a gamble, because it's like it's so new that there's nothing telling what it'll do to us 10 years down the road. And that's like
100%. Yeah, that's why I haven't hopped on or done anything or jumped off the deep end. I've just done a lot of research, and especially with like a lot of this NAD and the NAD plus and the transfusions and different things that people are doing. I don't know. It's just interesting.
Yeah, it is. It's fascinating stuff.
Real fascinating for sure. Who's to know? Shout out to all. Oh shit, I've been playing for about 4 months now. My duper is currently 3.626. I don't know if that's good, but that sounds great.
Interesting. That's
4.0 inbound by the end of January 2025. Got goals. And then last but not least, final question of the day. In regards to pickleball, Tyler, what are your most effective exercises?
Ooh, good stuff,
You just be like getting a paddle and, putting the cable clip on the end of it and sticking in 50 pounds.
You know what? Everyone's on the same team, right? Regardless of what industry you're in, I would recommend looking up knees over toes. Have you heard of that guy?
Knees over toes. Oh, that's with the blonde man bun?
Yeah.
Guy? Oh, he's sick as fuck. I love that dude.
Yeah. So those type of exercises are great for strengthening those surrounding areas of the places that actually would get you injured: ankles, knees, hips, because that's the biggest cause of injury in pickleball is the lack of support and musculature around the areas that are prone to, when you're out there on the court taking a nice cut side to side.
ACL. Oh.
Yeah. So honestly, he's definitely more of an expert in that functional base than I am. I'm not an athletic trainer.
Knees over toes. Yeah, he's a good dude for sure. He's got some really cool stuff. I've actually reposted some of his stuff on my ex, and he's commented back and forth with me. He's a cool dude. Really cool dude.
There you go.
So
Big time, baby.
Yeah, we out here. We just out here. We doing the damn thing. Who's to say, who's to know? Maybe we get knees over toes on the fuck show too. Who's to say, who's to know who you might see? But today you see Tyler. Mr. Tyler Kelly, who has absolutely crushed the damn show today, gave us more perspective than we knew what to do with. Almost 2 hours rocking.
Yeah, that's nuts. Wow, time flies when you're having fun, right?
It's the way it is. Tyler, before we get out of here, my man, before I put an official cherry on top of the proverbial show Sunday, let the people know, where can we find you on socials? What are all your good stuff? Tell us a little bit more about Instashred. Where can we find that? If anybody wants to work with you, where can they find that information? All the good stuff encompassing one Mr. Tyler Kelly.
Instashred all around, baby. Instashred YouTube, Instashred.com, Instashred on Instagram. Ooh, that one had a ring to it.
Instashred on Instagram.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Instashred on Facebook. I think I'm even on. What's the new Facebook came out with their own like Twitter-like platform? What's that with Threads?
Oh, yes. Okay.
Threads.
Instashred on Threads. Yeah.
Yep. The only place we're not on is Twitter or X. I've never jumped on X.
You got on X, we'd give you some serious love from the Diamond Hand fam, because that is where we reside. That is where we are mainly located.
Really?
Oh, yeah. You get some serious love over there. I'm telling you what. The Diamond Hand fam show up for some Instashred. I don't.
Yeah.
That's what we do. I'm just saying. Who's say you want to broaden your horizons, tap into a new base? I'm just saying.
Yes.
Might have some help getting off the ground. You might not just have to be swimming around. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Man.
Carry on.
What a great time. Thanks again for having me on. Honestly, honored. Appreciate a great conversation. I hope I was able to positively impact some of your guests.
100%, man. I guarantee you did. 100%. We're usually a little lighter on Thursdays, and people always come back and watch the recording. For some reason, later on in the week, Thursdays, Fridays, people get a little bit busy and get doing their life, and holy shit. Oh, fuck, Fortune Fuel. Oh, no, oh, shit. So then they come back later on.
I hear you.
So I know I will probably be hearing a lot of great reviews as the week comes to a close here about this show. I definitely enjoyed the hell out of it, man. Great conversation. Can't thank you enough, Tyler. Appreciate the hell out of you, dude.
Right. Thanks again. We'll be in touch.
Thank you very much.
Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you.
That's my plan, my guy. Hey, stick around while I close this out. We'll chop it up for a minute, for half a second. I'll close this out officially.
All right.
You beautiful humming beans out there, thank you so much for tuning in today. But as James Brown once said, it's time to get on up and get on nah. But before we do, a couple of things I would appreciate it if you'd allow me to remind you. Number one, even a 2-year-old can make an excuse.
What?
Number two, even a dead fish can go with the flow.
What?
And number three, being that this here show is a member of the Diamond Hand Media Group,
What?
I ask you keep in mind that at DHMG, we don't only HOLD,
What?
we hold each other up.
What?
And right now is one hell of a time
What?
to flex those diamond hands.
Oh, yeah!
Cream rises to the top when you become part of the Diamond Hand fam. Do you hear what I'm trying to tell you right? Shout out to each and every one of you beautiful humming beings flexing those diamond hands on a day in and day out, night in and night out basis. We appreciate you from the bottom of my heart, our heart. Thank you for investing your time here at Fortune Fuel this morning, and every single morning you decide to. Can't thank you enough. It is something we are forever grateful for. The opportunity to show up each and every day, give some perspective, give some thoughts, share some things that help you go in a positive direction, or at the bare minimum, at least a neutral direction. Thank you for investing your time here once again. We'll continue to pay it back to you by showing up each and every day on the consistent, persistent pursuit of our passions and being right by your side while you pursue yours, baby. My friends, we bid thee adieu. We say we appreciate the hell out of each and every one of you. And as always, my friends, peace and love.